Fang with that late mid lurk.
Tag playing a dangerous game. Only JT here to try to stop him. Rez as well, able to stand onto the top of sight there. Tag comes out, chimes in, and Rez is just going to be able to line up a few more. 3 for him already. On for the ace he is. And Fang, slowly but surely, making this flank work in through mid. Junior drawing a lot of attention. ZTR. Okay, he's going to lose his head, and now maybe a chance for Fang, but it's a 1-on-2 here.
A lot of work to be done. They got their angles covered here. Oh, Fang, okay. Now to the 1v1. Tag. He's going to have to keep all angles covered. Pretty awkward spot for him too, so he's going to have to reposition.
Time is definitely on his side though. So he's just going to wait things out. Hope that he catches Tag on a rotation.
Maybe just hoping Tag can fall on his sword. Overthink it.
Just tucked away. Silence up, maybe spotted, depending on the line that Fang approaches from. Tag feeling right as rain here. Bomb still on the ground, but Fang chooses the wrong direction.
Certainly worked one of the ways, but NIP, they should be able to recover that rifle. But in the meantime, Tag, they're all going to go for that reposition. This is where the MP9s can be your undoing, Matt.
Certainly can, but they could also pop off. However, it's not going to happen this time. Tag going to be joined by Brolin. They're going to fall deeper towards the site, boosting up and looking for a line over the top. It's going to be good for 2. Nice. There goes the bomb, and Tag still fighting for his life. Floppy going to be able to come through for the trade, and Plopsky falling on that flank. Floppy coming in. Sun's out, guns out, not revealing their positions just yet. Nade going to be dunked straight onto the top of ZTR, down to 95, and the molly will seal the deal. So, you two are going to be used to favor Complexity. Trades coming through, and its numbers looking strong here. A 2-man advantage after the bloodbath at the top of A ramp.
Junior's quite low, so if Plopsky manages to isolate him, that could be an issue, but Complexity are getting on with the deal, getting themselves into this A site. Bomb hasn't been planted thus far, but he's done a lot of damage. Junior's there. He's still got time to play with Complexity. The onus is on them to collect that bomb and get into that site.
Plopsky going to be able to find the man with full HP. Floppy's fallen. Junior tag down. The movement, the speed with the MP9. It's favouring Plopsky, and he needs just one more bullet to secure the round. 10 on the clock, and he'll find it. The 1-on-3 clutch for Plopsky. Jiggling has that molly in hand. Able to buy some time, and Nipno. But they can just play the numbers here. Strong. Crisp shot, and the wall bank to follow. Molly at least gets thrown to buy some time for Nip to rotate if needed. Grim lurking out mid as well. Starting to be a nuisance. Tag going to be caught in transition. Jumping in the air, and Grim single-handedly takes down 2 and opens up the B side of the map. You can see the rotation from Complexity coming in through the underpass. But they've got Plopsky in the way.
This round is on the back of Grim. He's just opened up so much space for them to operate with. Plopsky, he gets his one-way trip back to the Netherrealm.
I think they're expecting Grim at some point to go for this push, but the cover's not there, and Floppy, he spotted the boost before. It's managed to have that impact. At least the AWP gets recycled, and Plopsky uses it to its full effect to bring it back to that 4-on-4. Smoke execute for Complexity now over towards the A side of things, and it's just JT going forward. Bomb not too far behind. And he's got this advanced position as well to stop anyone from jumping up here at Tetris.
It's a bit of an oversight, isn't it, from NIP in the way that they play that boost, but that flash is perfect. And that is enabled ZTR with the USP to just get through that smoke, create a bit of mayhem. And now, well, Complexity are on the back foot here in this 2 versus 2 now. Make it a 2v1. Grim! He's looking sharp today. Also, fast start to this round. They're just trying to put pressure on the extremities of the map, trying to stretch NIP as far as possible, bait out a lot of that utility for the late round, but there's a lot of utility in play here for Complexity.
Have a look at Rez's decision here. Smoking off yellow, starting to wrap through lane. And this man might be able to find himself a one-way. He's heard all the footsteps going forward, and he's in a perfect position just to disrupt this plant from going down. ZTR finds one on the Fang. Grim still yet to plant, 20 seconds on the clock. And the spam through from Rez is good to buy even more time. Junior in a 1-on-4, clock against him. Everything not favouring him, and he's just going to have to swing around, find 3 quick kills, have time to plant, and it will not happen.
To try and hopefully poke and prod a hole as Complexity make that call to back off. They've left Fang in a position to try and do some damage, but he's been aggressed on.
Yeah, the bluff's been called. Rez has cleared out everything at A, and in comes the full rotation from Nip. The defense is going to be huge over towards the B side of things, and Floppy, they know that someone's gone deep on site. Plopsky not spotted though, not looked at all, and that's going to be 9 in the bag for the Ninjas.
That is whether Junior can form that escape plan.
Oh, spot that boost up, but he was very wide on the hump, so couldn't get back to safety. And loses his head to Rez. Complexity pretty spaced out as well. Grim now just playing from quad here and looking to find a line. Will do so. And now on the 2-on-2, just wants to survive. Isolates another fight with Plopsky, who wins it. And now it's down to Fang, but there's 23 points of health between the two remaining Ninjas. So we'll see if Fang can make this one work.
Might be able to find the timing quickly on the Rez, however. Oh, he just needs to land a bullet onto either of them. That's perfect on that flash to allow Rez to get out. And so Jay and Fang has got to just try and work with this timer. It's awkward. They're playing off one another now, NIP. This task only gets more difficult for Fang as the clock starts to wind down. I think this is it, Mac.
No kit.
No kit.
Not much money coming into this round. Favoured that utility. Favoured playing for the info. Complexity very spread in the 3-on.
For Complexity, but I tell you what, it's been a long time between good news being relayed home for them. And they're going to go aggressive.
Junior able to strike here, line up for Fang. There's 2 more and a extra breath bought by Complexity now. ZTR and Brolin. 40 seconds on the clock. Still a chance, but it will rely on Complexity making some wrong moves. JT very wide on the offline. Taken out, and ZTR, if he hit that one, it would have been instantly back to a 2-on-2, but Brolin licking his wounds and looking to save the AK into the next now.
NIP are just always set up for these sorts of...
Complexity with 3 towards A. They were ready for a brawl, but Plopsky's found himself an entry over towards the B stairs. Floppy's not going to go down without a fight. He's hunting for that trade, knowing he's stuck on the short side. ZTR making this work, but Floppy, almost lost that one. We'll get out of dodge. But the numbers still strong for Nip, and Grim has no idea Rez is in this smoke. A second coming, and the trade will come through. Lineup is there on a silver platter for Rez, and it's down to Floppy yet again in a 1-on-3.
And he's so far away from the bomb site right now. He's just trying to mask his position, however, and Molotov comes through, so he's just got to crank the volume up a little bit. What is on offer for him? There's not too much. That smoke's going to provide a barrier. He's still going to go for it, though, Floppy.
8 HP. More bullets connected on his torso than the ones he sent. Turning to sender, and Rez.
Head on in. And they're not going to be able to deny the plant unless they can land some bullets through that smoke, Mac. But, okay, they're going to keep things interesting. Delay the plan a little bit. Could still be around for Complexity. They've got the numbers. Don't have the counter util, though.
Rez has just planted that one straight in the open. No cover, but no one spamming towards him. Complexity looking just to flood this one together. But I'm still giving Nip a heavy chance here because look who's alive. You've got Rez, you've got ZTR, everyone fragging up a storm. JT, fully flashed. Grim going to be able to make this one work for one. Floppy able to make the trade happen, and Complexity survive with 3.
There's a lot of respect coming out of Complexity now, giving them a lot of room to operate. With the exception of A ramp, they're giving them a lot of freedom at B.
Fang stop the push from Rez, who's lurked up a storm, and Floppy as well. He's dropping that smoke on the molly, holding that util for years to try and survive, but he's going to try to get out of dodge here. ZTR ready and waiting for him to show his face. Junior quick on the flank. Keeps the number strong for Complexity, and the bomb yet to be planted, yet to even cross to site. Esatag wants to deal with the flank first, and Junior is buying so much time, but the boys over hump starting to make their move as well. ZTR already finding 2, but he's not going to get any more than that. Esatag in a 1-on-3. Needs to find out how to isolate these fights. JT playing contact, and he'll strike as well. Brawl towards the A side of things. Junior taking contact over the top, flash through. Rez saw that coming, dodged the flash and finds 2. This could be game set. Yep, not quite match here.
But brings up Rez's 30 kills, that first. So now he sits on 31. He's been doing so much work for NIP. It's now Complexity on the back foot. So many holes in this defense that are ready to be exploited by NIP, and they're just backing off. They're going dark.
Yeah.
Going to make that contact play, and so this is just going to put Complexity in even more trouble, particularly now if Floppy can't make this work.
He's here at quad and he wants to fight. He knows it's his only chance in the round. It's a 1-for-1, and that's not good enough. Nip now. Need 2 more members taken out to make this work. Grim able to find Brolin lurking at mid. And the numbers still favouring Nip, but look at the health on ZTR. Man's low. Esatag playing forward. Looking to maybe swing off of the contact from Rez here. Flash forward. Grim mollied into Rez's eyesight. And now it's all down to JT. He's had a rough map so far. But can the captain save the day?
Rez has just decided that this game is over.
He's
gone nuclear.
Oh, man's got 32. He's looking to make it 33. It's Esatag to steal it, but 16-9. And Nip snatch away Vertigo.
Swiftly go down.
But Nip
dear
set up to punish this as well. Contact comes through. ZTR going to be going for the swing block. A fair few bullets in the mag here. Grim has to go for the reload. Cover from Junior. Good enough to force them back. And there we go. Grim with the reload. Going to be coming in for 2 more. ZTR in trouble. JT takes his life. And in a 4-on-2 now, Nip have no control of the bomb. And they got to try to get back towards Fountain.
That round was on a knife's edge. It could have gone either way. There was potentially some opening aggression there that could have gone NIP's way. However, Complexity have stabilised now. They've got control of the bomb, and if they over-aggress here, they could be punished for it. However, they've still got a clear mid, and that is just going to timing here on the Grim. And so NIP, that contingency plan for them seems to be headed back towards that B site.
Whoa.
Fang just drops in to say g'day. And so NIP have lost 2 opening duels here. I got to try and wing this a little bit.
Oh, ZTR. Mechanically perfect movement there, getting that second, but not quite the third. And it's down to Rez, who definitely is on 1 today. So I will not write him off in this 1-on-3. Bomb still not in the hands of Complexity, but he's starting to come through. Bink there onto Rez, not giving him a chance to strike. And it's 3 in a row for Complexity. Aggressive play. Nets Complexity, that early numbers advantage. Nip now starting to go straight down the guts of the map. Long control still there for Complexity. JT has the safety to move back towards long as well, and Floppy already establishing this crossfire tucked away here in the shadows. Roland going forward, able to finally find a trade. The lineup's there for Floppy, who finds 2, wants that third. Esatag stands his ground though. And still has 3 members to get past the 48 HP Junior. Up on it. Still looking for info. Grim still hasn't spotted anything. Floppy close range. He's not going to go well up against the Tech 9s, but JT, the headshot, able to go for the trade now. Grim as well, both tucked away here in water. And Grim falls. The Tech 9 starting to wreck through the Complexity numbers. And still, that smoke over towards Monster actually favors Fang. Gets him into a more advanced position. And Junior wants to take this contact. How's the timing? On this swing, Esatag forgot that the smoke could fade, and Plopsky makes a trade. It's down to Junior in a 1-on-2. He's copped a nade to the foot. And it's going to be so difficult for him to get out of heaven with ZTR in this position right below him. Plopsky can swing off the contact.
Oh, now they know. He's given up his position.
He knows they're tagged up. The calls have come through. But he's putting higher priority on just keeping the AWP in his hands. Trying to play the financial game, which Complexity have lost over the last 5 rounds, and Nip on a pistol round. Getting a dub. Their first round on the board can easily be converted into more.
Some great layering on the flashes too. They were still throwing a layer of flashes as the first wave of Ts were hitting that side.
So far, up front, flash comes through, and there goes the AWP. There goes the chances in the round. Both rifles dealt with.
Rez is just deleting anything that is on his screen right now. He is absolutely playing a point-and-click adventure.
Now the question is, what damage can these USPs do to Nip's economy, which is growing out of control?
So they lost the only weapons they had in that round instantly.
Oh, but they're retrievable. If Rez doesn't hold the line, he does come back and spot JT, but Grim in the corner is able to at least pick up the Famis now.
Oh.
The Molly, not going to the right position, so they think they're out of dodge. And Grim, still full faith in getting this mitts onto that AWP, but Fang in the corner with the Zeus is successful. Bit of BM. Coming on to Nip there.
Yeah, couldn't retrieve the weapon in time to do any further damage, but I don't know. Maybe he's now living in their head rent-free.
See what Grim's going to be able to do. Still hovering around the AWP, and Nip aware of it, so you can see that hunt starting to come through from JTR. Nice line held from Grim to take the head off of Rez, but now his position is known. And ZTR at the back of Con. Grim has read that like a book, but he can't connect.
Aim punch. Overextend themselves here, but I mean, as I say that, Fang is just... He's on an adventure.
Oh, he's winning this game, and he's heard the footsteps rotate away from Brolin. Grim with the wall bang onto ZTR. And almost another onto Rez too. He hasn't even seen a damn enemy, and he's taken down 1.5 of them.
It's a good start here from Complexity in a round that they need to just try and consolidate as much as possible.
Flash through. And that is beautiful from Floppy to find 2. Now a 4-on-2, and Complexity fast on the flank coming through from Fang. Now Grim not going to even give Fang a chance to make that flank work.
Beautiful.
Just holds from the front as soon as this smoke fades. But Nip very ready for it. ZTR still a full belt to util, goes back on 3 HP to set up the rest of the troops, and that's going to work wonderfully coming through from short. Now Grim, so damn blind, can't see a thing. He'll find 1, but it's not enough. Junior stops the cross to sight and is still in with a shot in the 1-on-3. Goes forward.
Oh, okay.
Opts not to go for the wall bang if he can find Brolin here. ZTR on just 3 HP. Answer is not many, if any. Floppy, though, there's that aggression we were waiting for. Finds Plopsky, and now Nip might be forced to go towards the A side again. And Essertag's going to find the counter AWP of Junior. Grim here, solo at Sandwich, gets torn apart, cut into pieces. And JT now, last line of defense, going to be swinging solo. No util coming through to help him, but he's happy with the 3-on-3, so he'll fall away and wait for Fang to take contact coming in on the flank up Con.
Oh, this is just all falling apart now for NIP. Petering off a little bit at the end of this half after such a strong string of rounds put together. But that being said, though, Brolin and ZTR, they could still steady that ship, give them that slight advantage going into the half. Be a disappointing way to end things for Complexity.
Oh, and the timing. Brolin, he hasn't spotted that. Flicking around, JT. Oh, early molly. And a gun swap between the A-site members for Nip here. Brolin looking to utilise the MT9 in Con instead, and Complexity on Death's Door. At least getting the plant means they can buy up into round 17. No damage done just yet. And everything real slow for Complexity. Nip at least walking into short water. And with this control, a retake on B should be on the cards, but ZTR, they're just going to fight for this. Bob not able to cross the side, is down on short now. Grim able to come through for the trade, but it's a Mac 10 and the Galil to save it. Just the Galil now. Grim able to spot ZTR from below, but it's above the trade. Just a little too late to the party. Floppy falls to Plopsky. And the numbers now favouring Nip again. But how's this position coming through from Complexity? Starting to make their way straight down mid. But not clearing out long means Brolin can instantly make a flank a reality as soon as Essertag takes this contact.
Yeah, Essertag and ZTR. We're going to be calling that out now. Brolin's still lurking around. However, ZTR still good to hold things. Does find 2, and so it's all on JT. This is such a difficult task to be able to do because that bomb is down and Essertag finishes the job. Complexity are looking a little...
But still, it's a round where you can't write Nip off. Everyone individually performing. And that's just that, right? Rez is going to be able to fight for himself. Swinging 180 to find a second. No. Plopsky stopping the push from Monster. And it's down to JT, who's already tagged to 25 to try to win in a 1-on-3. It's unwinnable.
Yeah, this is way too difficult. They were off to a good start, though, Complexity. They got the... They had NIP just a little bit on the back foot. They had a bit of space to work with. They just couldn't exploit it. They couldn't find the holes. And so... That is, unfortunately, now JT falling. So, Complexity looking for that similar contact play we were seeing out of NIP. They're just looking to emulate that themselves. Esatag could be in a lot of trouble here.
Very far forward, but he's going to drop the bomb at Sandwich now. The numbers getting thin.
No.
Collateral
Oh, no.
angle. But Grim at least able to trade, able to buy a second to run back, retrieve the bomb, and maybe get this one working. There's a molly in hand for ZTR. And he's going to lose his head as he throws it. Plopsky in a 1-on-2. This man has been insane, but unfortunately this time he's looking down. About to slow peek into Esatag. Grim will fall as well. And it's Floppy and Junior to try to salvage the round. A chance here. Esatag missed opportunity and in the 2-on-2. Let's see if Complexity can do it again.
Yeah, Floppy's just provided them with a window of opportunity. There's a question as to whether or not they're going to be able to just break on through to the other side, though. They're going to opt to play from the bank. Rez could be a real thorn in their side. He's looked sharp enough to be able to deal with them. Unfortunately, they're up against the two NIP riflers who are in form.
The space in between the Complexity members looks pretty good. Floppy so low, and he's hit the one-tap. Rez out of the equation. Floppy having deja vu, but the bomb's in a different position, and now Junior, he's heard the tap. He doesn't want a stick to come through, and there might just not be time. Complexity will cross into that 10th round. Plopsky going for this. The change in pace finally coming through from Complexity. Plopsky not going to be able to offer any defense at all. Rez is going to be able to chime in at least from one, but Roland has just ran it through from short, coming straight behind enemy lines. And just like that, the round, it's turned on its head. Junior, man's got an AWP and he's pushing through the smoke. Connects with the leg onto Rez, and it's not quite enough to even up the odds just yet.
Oh, everybody's here. It's a full family affair. The party's only just getting started too. They're not in the bomb site yet, Complexity. And they're copping utility damage, so it's a bit of a standoff here. What have we got to deal with? There's still some utility left in favor of Complexity, but that's about it. NIP, they've got nothing to work with, and they're just going to try and make those dry peaks work.
JT, all down to him in a 1-on-3. Some work done to Brolin and Rez already, but Esatag on the deep line with full health to play with. I don't think he's been spotted there. I don't think he spotted JT crabbing across to the short side either, but he's about to walk into the crossfire. Brolin holds the line, taps the head, and puts control. A lot of bullets going to be plastered towards the Plopsky. Drops that molly, but he won't be able to get the safety. Rez salvages his life. JT Floppy coming through for the trades, and Nip, they hold strong for the moment. Brolin still here, stopping the push from short, and has the molly to delay even further. Allow these rotates to come through. ZTR takes the head off of Grim and Complexity. It's Junior and JT again. The double J duo to try to get this one across the line for Complexity.
JR and JT, I guess, in that regard. Now, smokes are good. They're going to just shield themselves a little bit. However, they don't have the HP to play with for JT, so disadvantage. They're outnumbered. They're outgunned potentially, unless Junior can salvage this round and keep Complexity alive.
Quick peek from Brolin. It lowers, and he'll hold the line for 16. Nip take the series over Complexity.